Over the years, the world's rich have found increasingly absurd ways to spend ridiculous amounts of money, but nothing quite matches up to the world of luxury yachts. So, what if I told you that there is a class of yachts above even that? From the ability to host a nightclub, champagne, partiers, dance floor and all, to even more absurd things like a solid gold-plated hull, a built-in helipad, and even a submarine attachment. These are the 7 most incredible yachts in the world. And at the end of the video, we will reveal a yacht that happens to be the most expensive thing purchased in all of history. So stick around till the end to get your mind blown.
Here are
Number
thousands of
7.
yachts within the world,
Serene
but just a few of
Super
them
Yacht.
qualified to be known as
For a
extremely good
literal
yachts, even as
prince.
the primary shape
And not
can
just
be
any
identical,
prince.
those
The
vessels have
Serene
various
yacht
dimensions
is
and
the property
customization
of the
relying on
notorious
manufacturers
Mohammed
and the
bin
proprietors.
Salman,
Today, let's
the
move
future
on an
king
adventure
of
to
Saudi
explore what we
Arabia.
bear in mind
And
to
at
be the maximum
$330
lovely
million,
notable yacht within the
you
globe.
can be pretty sure that it
The
lives up
Eclipse.
to royal standards.
Eclipse
And
actions
that's not
friendly
all,
through the water as
because
she
while you may
navigates her manner
think
to
it's
the
just a
dark for
regular
rest,
expensive
this
yacht
isn't the
from
phenomenon
pictures,
where the moon
this
stands in between the
Titanic
solar and the
vessel
Earth, casting
is
a darkish
actually one
shadow
of the
over the
biggest
world.
and most
Alternatively,
powerful
it is a
yachts
notable
to
yacht
ever
whose
be
splendor
constructed,
overshadows that of different
standing at
similar
almost
vessels which have been
440
created
feet
earlier
long,
Her
with
graceful
space on
movement at
board
the
for
water is like she
24
is aware
guests
of who
and
is the fairest of
52
them all.
crew
This
members,
fantastic
as well as
yacht is
parking for 2
160.5
helicopters, multiple
meters
pools
lengthy
including a
and may acquire
jacuzzi
speeds
and a
of virtually
seawater
41
one.
kilometers
This
per hour. It
beast
is grandeur
earns
and
the
beauty
title
aren't
of
too
the
sudden
Royal
considering the
Palace
truth
on the
that changed
seas
into underneath
without
construction
breaking a
for
sweat.
half of a decade
Add to
by
that
using
the
from
fact that it
German
is
yard
powered by
builders
8
Baum and
engines,
Voss for
giving it
over
the
a
top
century
speed
now,
of
considering they
15
began in
knots,
1877.
as well as its
They've made some of
interior
the fine
designed
yachts
by
that
famed
graced
designer
docks all over
Raymond
the globe.
Langdon,
Today,
and
the
anyone who
Eclipse is not
visits the
any
yacht
exception.
will probably
It was
be able to
designed by a
guess
Terry
that it is
Distilled man,
owned by royalty.
who first
But here's
visualized
the
the
thing,
dream to build.
the yacht wasn't
The
even
exceptional yacht
built
the
for
arena
the
had
prince.
seen and positioned
Instead,
the
it was
first draft on
originally
paper
made
for
in
4.5
2011
years.
for Russian
Nearly
vodka
dozen
tycoon
engineers labored
Yuri
to bring the
Shefler,
concept to stay
which,
and
by the
build what
way,
is thought
is exactly the
nowadays
kind
as
of
the
person
second
who would
one
get
biggest
this
yacht in
sort
the
of
global
thing.
and considered the
So
most
how did
stunning even
Mohammed
over a
bin
decade
Salman
after it
end up
became first
acquiring
released,
this
you would
thing?
probably
Well, in true
anticipate that they
princely
designed the
fashion,
yacht with a
he
purpose
bought the
to have it
yacht
beat
on
the
a
document
whim.
of the largest
You
yacht
see,
inside
a
the
few
globe.
years after
However, this
Scheffler had
became
owned the
now not
yacht,
his goal at
it
all,
caught the
even though
eye
he
of the
reaped his
young
toes on the
prince
time
while
it turned
docked
into
in the
release.
south of
What the
France,
abilities
where he was
dressmaker had in
vacationing.
mind changed into
And
to
fast
build
forward a
yacht that
few
could
months,
accommodate
and the
3
guy seemed to have
helipads in this
fallen
sort of
in love
manner
with
that
it.
could be structurally
But then
sound
again,
and
with
still
stuff like an
aesthetically
outdoor
balanced
cinema
without or with
hall,
their
a
helicopters
dedicated
on board.
room just for
Eclipse
the
become
onboard
made to
grand piano,
take
a
3
whole
helicopters
dance
and a
floor,
completely
as
massive
well as
swimming
more
pool
serious
that formed
stuff
one of
like
the
a
center
conference
pointers.
room
With
for
the
the
aid of
prince to
wicked
conduct
structure was
business
common,
in,
and
and
the
even
essential
2
reason for the
helipads
duration,
for
the
VIP
engineers also
guests.
got down to
It's not hard to
encompass
see
huge
why
windows
the
and
billionaire
occasional
royal
bulwarks for the
liked this
interior.
machine so much.
View of the yacht.
In
The
fact,
principal shape
the thing
needed
is
to
so
be driven
attractive that
backward
at
to
one
make room
point,
for the
one of
first
the
helicopter.
prospective
They
buyers
had noticed
was
that
none
during many
other than the
outstanding
world's
yachts with
former
hollow
richest
pads, they're
man,
constantly
Bill
regarded to be a
Gates,
few sort of
who
imbalance,
used to
whilst
lease
the
the yacht
helicopter
for up to
changed into
$5
hardcore
million
the experience
a
of something
week
lacking
before
whilst it
Mohammed
was
bin
no longer
Salman
barred, so that
purchased
they
it.
ensured that a
But
deck
if you
become
think the
built to
Saudi prince
accommodate a
has it good,
helipad and still
just
combo
the
nicely
border
with the
over,
relaxation of the
another Arab
superstructure.
royal
Any
seems
other
to have him beat.
vital function of the
So,
vessel turned
let's
into that
now
in keeping
talk
with the worldwide
about
conference
Dubai
for the
Mega
safety of
Yacht.
lifestyles at sea.
While the
So
super yacht
ultimate, it had
owned
to
by
have
the
2
Emir of
lifeboats.
Dubai,
Now, this
the most
meant that the
important
shear
of the
line needed to be
Emirates in
designed to
UAE,
accommodate them
is
without
worth
affecting
only
the
a meager
overall
20
wrap of the
million
design.
more than the
shear line
previous
turned
yacht.
into built
It
from the
more
bow
than
and
makes
made to
up for
run
that
straight
in
until the middle
sheer
of the delivery wherein
size
it became
alone.
raised better to
Because
create
if
a
you
high
thought that the
loose board.
Serene was
This way, the
big,
boats
at
may want
almost
to take a seat
550 feet,
nicely
and with the
without searching out of
capacity for a
area.
massive
Additionally, an alliance that saw
178
remaining
people on
substances
board,
used in the
including
indoors had
90
to be
guests,
fireproof
as well as
substances,
88
stone,
crew
mosaic,
members,
bronze, metal panels,
including
and fossilized
masseuses,
wood were used
chefs,
in the
and
interior.
all other
Click
manner of
pool
staff
ushers you to the
to make
website
the
online
onboard
of a
experience
15-meter
as
lengthy
exquisite
pool
as
a major
possible.
motive for the prolonged
And another
dimensions
thing
of
that
a
sets
terrific
apart
yacht.
this beast,
It's far one of the
it was
predominant
owned by
attractions of this
royalty
big
not
yard, and
once,
provide this
but
type of charming
twice.
atmosphere that
That's right, this
makes you
yacht
want to live
too
around the pool
is
as a great
second-hand,
deal as you want
being
to swim
owned
in it
earlier
there.
by the Prince of
As a
Brunei,
retractable
Jeffrey
glass roof,
Bolkiah
as well as
of
a
Brunei.
3-factor,
And
2-meter
boy
overhead
does
knock
it
handy. When
show,
you swim in the
from
pool, take a
free-flowing
seat around
decks
it
and
walk
dedicated
around it.
sunbathing
However, you can
areas
additionally dance
to
on
a
it.
swimming
We
pool
have
that
seen
can
pool
accommodate
covers despite the fact that
115
retractable
people
swords
at
that
once.
slide over to cover the
Hell,
surface,
it
but the
too
Eclipse
has a
brings
helipad
completely
and has one of the
distinctive
most
attitude
unique
to this that Blue
staircases
granted.
in the world. one
backside
made
isn't
of
always
solid
best
crystal
to bottom, but
glass
additionally
that changes
advises to cover
color
the floor
depending
of the
on
pool
where
when
you
its
look
bar
at it
completely
from.
raised
This
could be converted
massive
to a
machine
dancing floor.
is
It
positively
may additionally
lush
be
with
reduced a touch
obscene
below the floor
features
floor to
and
permit
is
some
why
water
it
on
takes
the
this
floor, and
spot
North Hadley
on our
Pool
list.
Beyond to Hell had a storage
Number
hangar, had a
5.
swimming pool. What
Flying
else can be
Fox
determined
Super
on
Yacht.
this mega yacht? Nicely, while
At
the inner of the yard has been
137
saved
meters
personal to
or
a big quantity, we
430
do
feet,
understand that.
while the Flying Fox might
Eclipse
not be
boasts
larger
many
than the
extra captivating
Dubai, trust me
capabilities.
when I
There
say
has been
that
a
it
seaside
earns
club
the
and even a pizza
500
oven and
million
barbecue,
it is
which are
estimated to
internal
cost,
going doors
and
from which
then
they are
some.
able to then be pulled
You
out
see,
with a
unlike
disco,
the other
their
yachts
salon,
on our list,
cinema,
the
and
Flying
eating
Fox
place.
wasn't built
This
for
yacht is
anyone in
almost the whole
particular
thing you will
and
want
doesn't
for a
even
comfy
have
life,
a
yet
proper
this isn't
price
on one
tag.
side of the yacht has a
Why?
large bathing
Because it
platform
is
with
for
staircases
charter,
that may
of
fall
course.
down into the water
That's
to make
right,
boarding very
built
easy.
and operated by the
On the lower
Mercedes
deck,
of
there
yacht
may be a
making,
77 square meter
Lürsen.
health club,
This thing
spa
is not
region,
kept in a
massage
garage
room
for
display,
months between occasional use
vicinity,
by a busy
plunge pool, and
billionaire.
sauna.
Instead, it is
houses
taken
18
out
guests,
as
waits every
often as it
carefully
can,
designed and
at the rate
embellished
of
to
over
offer a
$3
secure and
million
chilling yacht
a
experience
single
30.
week. In fact, the
6
machine is so
guests can revel in the
luxurious that its
backyard
most
readily,
recent
and nearly
guests
100
have been
team
the
members
richest
are
couple in
wonderful
Hollywood
walking up the
itself,
vessel. The
Jay-Z
master suite
and
has a bullet
Beyoncé,
evidence glass
who were
and
spotted on
armor
the
plates to
yacht
make sure
while they
the
missed the
safety of
Met
these on
Gala.
board. For a
And if that
700
doesn't
million
tell you
green
about what
backyard,
kind of a machine it
condominium
is,
fees
the
can
fact
best
that
be
it has
afforded by the wealthy,
7,000
and its
square
miles
meters
stated
of
that its
exterior
proprietor,
panels,
Roman Abramovich,
all
fees
joined
clients
without a
almost
seam or
200,000
curve,
greenbacks consistent
floors
with
that are
pay to
heated
apply the
while still
beautiful
being made of
eclipse.
exquisite
Now,
limestone, and
truly
even
is a
a
number of
giant
cash, however,
so-called
this
sea
additionally
lobby,
approached
which
the
has a
security have to be
400
top-notch
square
and
meter
never be taken
spa
as a
pool
right.
that can
Eclipse
heat you
has a
up or
German-constructed
cool you
missile
down
defense gadget
to get you
prepared to
ready
be
for a
deployed in
swim.
the event of
Will go
hazard.
ways
It's
to
even
changing
rumored
your
that there is a
mind.
laser system towed
Hell,
away
the boat even
paparazzi
has
who can also
on-board
try to
scuba
take snapshots
professionals,
of the
as well
guests
as a
on board.
hangar
The
for a
color scheme
personal
used consists of
submarine,
gray,
so that
brown,
even the most
beige, black, and
inexperienced
silver in
tenants
each
can
foyer.
enjoy the ocean from
At the
this
9 decks of the
magnificent
Eclipse artworks
castle.
from one-of-a-kind
So,
artists grace the
what
walls.
could
Every one
possibly
is
top
particularly
this?
custom-made to
Well,
persuade the
I hope
temper
you're
and
ready,
audience of each
because
deck.
the
They
Prime
also
Minister
serve
of
as
the
markers so you
UAE
don't wander
might
away
have an
inside the
answer.
huge yard starting from the
Topaz
top.
Super Yacht.
The fourth deck
As
homes
the man
helm
who
of
bought
hands
the
and
legendary
helicopters, as well
Manchester
as the
City
garage, while
Football
the second
Club
deck
on
has
a
large
whim
swimming
in
pool and
2008,
sundeck. On
it
the
is
following
not a
3
shock
decks
that
are the
Sheikh
plunge ball
Mansour
salon,
Al
eating hall,
Nahyan
open
is a
deck,
fan
and
of
atrium.
spending
Simply
money.
under these, the
But
lower
by
decks
far
are
his most
occupied by
expensive
using
material
high-priced candies, a
indulgence
submarine
has
dark,
been
an
his
engine room,
purchase
and a
of the
disco membership
Topaz
that gets
yacht.
even higher on board.
Built
It's a
once
mini
again by the
submersible
German
which can dive into
shipyard,
the waters to depths
Lürsen.
as much as
This
45
machine
meters.
doesn't look like a
It can
lot at
take 2
first
humans a
glance,
day.
but look just a little
Time on
closer
experience to
and
see
it
the
all
wonders
starts to
underwater.
make
The proprietor
sense.
need to have unique
At almost
features of their backyard
500 feet
property.
in length,
Nicely,
not
they
only
actually
is the
do
Topaz
proprietor's
among
deck
the
is
longest
56
yachts in
meters
the
long and
world,
has sufficient
with
room
8
to cater
decks,
to the nearly
all
100
sprawling
team
with
contributors.
26
If the
cabins for the
ever get
guests
bored with
only,
staying
and
interior,
even a
they are able to spend a
helipad,
night
giant
on the top
swimming
deck
pool,
to
and
get
even a
some sparkling
gigantic
breeze and
state-of-the-art
definitely stare
gym.
upon the stars
It is
that is
also
made
one of the
viable by
most
using a timber-burning
luxurious.
fireplace pit
And
to
if you're
provide warmth.
wondering how one gets around
Temperature
between
all-night
8
time
floors
lengthy.
of what's
While you see
basically not
terrific
even a
vessel like
floating
this that
mansion but a
changed into
floating
capable of, without
castle,
difficulty,
the
meet the
Topaz
standards
has
of
its
aesthetics,
very own
practicality, and
ocean-going
safety, it stirs up a wonder
elevator.
of approximately
Then there
how
are
a
the
great
twin
deal of
tender
work
boats
must
that
have
come
long gone
alongside
into
the
it to
yacht
make
for
it viable
smaller
for yachts.
excursions,
Approximately
a jet
massive
ski
a
hangar,
timeline going
and
for
even a
walks quick
submarine
of
with
5 years
technicians
became
and
a nearly
spare parts
impossible
at hand
undertaking
to
for
take care of
over
it.
20 engineers
While at
and
the
many
same
different
time,
craftsmen
underneath
worked
that cover
diligently
of
day and night
luxury
to
is a monster of
ensure
nautical engineering,
that both
with
the
almost
interior and exterior
8,000
of the vessel have
horsepower,
been finished in
providing
record time. This
25.5
nevertheless
knots
speaks
of
about
speed,
global approximately
a
the great
military-grade
stress we faced when
navigation
constructing
system,
Eclipse, said
and
it's a
even
massive
dedicated
responsibility constructing
stabilizers for the
something of that
seasick.
magnitude, which is going
All
to
of
be
which
below
means that
anybody's
somehow,
magnifying glass.
against
It is
all
no longer
odds,
simply doing
the
a process
Topaz
this
might be
factor
worth the
goes.
$527 million
analyzed with
that
the
the
aid of
current
all
owner
people.
paid for it. But
There
that
may be
still
an
leaves one
obligation to
question.
yourself as a fashion
If that's
designer
what the
running a
Prime
cruise
Minister
ship of this
owns,
value isn't
how
always a
incredible
small feat,
would
as
the
it desires to be
President's yacht
maintained
be?
and to properly dock all 12
Well,
months
lucky
long.
for us,
It's far
that
believed
one
that
is
it
actually
charges
the
its
very
proprietor,
next
Roman
yacht on
Abramovich,
our
about
list,
$75 million
the
a
mighty
year to preserve them.
Azam Mega
Lips
Yacht.
in top form,
A price of $650 million, costing a whopping $130 million more than the previous one. The Azam is not super new. It's not spaceship-level high-tech either, but it does have a few tricks up its sleeve that no other yacht in the world does. The first one being its size. You see, not only is the Azam one of the biggest yachts in the world at 590 feet, it is actually the largest private yacht in history. And while details are obviously short because of the sensitive nature of the person it belongs to, nothing else about the yacht is anything to scoff at either. To mention just a few things, the Azam has its own missile defense system, and if that wasn't enough, the Master Suite is also bulletproofed against potential assassins. And while that may make it seem brutish, it is also the same yacht whose chandelier doesn't even rattle because of how smoothly it travels. And speaking of travel, if all of that wasn't enough either, the Azam is somehow both the heaviest ever, but also one of the fastest yachts in the world, with the ability to travel at an eye-watering 30 knots. And with all of that, let's just say that the next yacht has a lot to beat. Number 2, Eclipse Super Yacht. So how does it compare? Well, let's just say that costing more than twice the Azam, the Eclipse easily shows you just what it is trying to be. Built at the behest of the Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich, the Eclipse was designed to be one thing and one thing only: the most expensive boat in the world that isn't made of gold. Spoiler alert. So how does it do that? Well, first of all 536 feet of the yacht's length are bulletproof. Yes, the windows too. Then there is the threat of a bomb or a knife murderer, and once again, the entire thing is laced with intruder alarms, and if all else fails, there is even a missile defense system for the direst of situations. Then there is the more casual stuff, like 24 5-star guest cabins, not one, but 2 full-sized swimming pools, 2 helicopter pads with interior space for a third, and even a set of 3 launch boats, which alone require an additional 70 people on board for maintenance. Hell, it also held the title of the largest yacht at one point, until it was dethroned by Azam. But seeing as only one of the 2 costs more than small city budgets, I think it's easy to guess which is the supreme yacht. Which finally brings me to the end of our video and the last yacht on our list. Number 1, History Supreme. It even began to fight against the others. But in a strange workaround way, with the ocean being unforgiving and gold being uncorrosive, there might be an upside to using the material from the technical side too. And that weird nature is ultimately what makes this yacht so unique. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and if you did, make sure to watch our video on the largest mansions in America. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.